From the very first day Mira met Keelan, her heart did not walk. It ran. Keelan had that dangerous combination many young women fall for: charm without character and confidence without conscience. He knew how to talk, how to smile, how to stand in a room like he owned light itself. Mira was 24, hopeful, prayerful, and like many young people, quietly afraid of ending up alone. So when Keelan noticed her, she clung to the attention like a lifeline. The first few weeks felt like a dream she didn't want to wake from. He texted her, "Good morning, beautiful," at 5 a.m., sent voice messages calling her my piece, and showered her with compliments until she couldn't remember the last time she doubted herself. But slowly, the sweet became strange. The warmth became heat. The attention became pressure. And the butterflies she felt were not indicators of destiny, they were early warnings of danger. The first red flag fluttered softly. One evening at a cafe, the waiter mistakenly brought Keelan sparkling water instead of still water. In seconds, Keelan's smile evaporated. He banged the table, insulted the waiter's intelligence, and caused a small scene. Mira sat frozen. A voice whispered in her heart, "Pay attention," but she smothered it with excuses. "He's stressed," she told herself. "Everyone overreacts sometimes." But the truth was simple. Anger is never random. It's a reflection of what lives inside a person. The second red flag came dressed in sarcasm. Keelan started making jokes about her spiritual life. "You pray too much," he would say. "Are you trying to be a prophetess?" He mocked her for watching sermons, teased her when she read her Bible before bed, and dismissed any talk of boundaries with, "Don't bring religion into everything." Yet Mira told herself, maybe he'll change one day. Maybe love will soften him. She forgot that change is a personal decision, not a gift someone gives you because you care. The third red flag was disguised as love. Keelan slowly became possessive. "Why did that guy like your photo? Where exactly are you going? Why didn't you pick my call on the first ring?" Every question felt like a chain, every demand like a new lock added to the cage he was building around her. He called it love. But control is not protection, it is imprisonment wearing perfume. The fourth red flag was loneliness. The deeper she fell for Keelan, the more she drifted from everything that grounded her family, friendships, God, and even her own voice. Her best friend, Ella, said gently, "Mira, you're not the same person anymore." But Mira was blinded by an attachment she mistook for affection. She thought she needed Keelan, when in truth, she needed healing. The final red flag came like thunder. One afternoon, while borrowing his phone to make a call, messages appeared, long threads of affection between Keelan and another woman. "You are my real happiness. She doesn't understand me like you do." The betrayal felt like the ground cracking beneath her feet. When Mira confronted him, he didn't apologize. Instead, he blamed her. "You're too intense, too emotional, too spiritual. You pushed me away." That was the day Mira finally understood. You cannot fix someone who refuses to see themselves. Heartbroken but awakened, Mira walked away, not because she felt strong, but because she finally chose to stop feeling weak. Healing wasn't instant, but it was real. Day by day, she found her voice again, her joy again, her relationship with God again. She learned that ignoring red flags is not faith, it is emotional carelessness. Months later, when she shared her story at a youth meeting, she said, "When God shows you who someone is, he is not being unkind. He is being protective. Don't pray over red flags. Don't romanticize dysfunction. A relationship that drains you is not your destiny. Your peace is a sign, your discomfort is a sign, and the Holy Spirit is the loudest sign of all. True love from God will never require you to abandon yourself to keep someone else. Discernment is God's gift of protection. Use it before your heart pays a price your spirit cannot afford." Healing did not come to Mira in one moment. It came in waves. Some days she felt strong, other days she relapsed into old memories. But one thing changed permanently. She no longer begged for love that harmed her. She finally understood that heartbreak is not the end. It is an invitation to wholeness. For the first time in years, Mira started choosing herself. She spent more time reading the Bible, not out of guilt or fear, but because she wanted to feel God again. She journaled every emotion, every prayer, every tear. And slowly, the heaviness on her chest turned into clarity. She stopped blaming herself for Keelan's actions. She stopped wishing she had loved him better. She stopped seeing his rejection as proof of her unworthiness. Instead, she began to see everything through a spiritual lens. Some heartbreaks are God's rescue missions. Ella remained by her side, gentle and patient. One day, she told Mira, "You'll thank God you didn't marry him." Mira didn't believe it at first, but as weeks passed, her joy returned. Quietly, steadily, beautifully. And that was when God began writing a new chapter. One evening, Mira attended a small Christian seminar. Not for healing, not for distraction, simply because she felt led. That's where she met Ryan, a soft-spoken young man with a calm spirit and a sincere love for God. There was nothing flashy about him. He didn't drown her in compliments or perform affection like a show. Instead, he listened, really listened. He asked about her dreams, not her body, her purpose, not her past. For the first time, Mira didn't feel butterflies. She felt peace, not adrenaline, alignment, not pressure, presence. She was cautious, almost too cautious. The old her would have fallen instantly, but this healed version moved slowly, observing character rather than words. And Ryan's character spoke louder than anything he said. He prayed before making decisions. He honored her boundaries with ease. He encouraged her walk with God. He never made her feel small, needy, or too much. One day when she shyly told him about her past heartbreak, she expected judgment or discomfort. Instead, Ryan said, "I thank God for the man who broke you. He pushed you into God's arms, which is how you became the woman I admire today." Mira felt tears sting her eyes, not from pain, but from gratitude. She realized something unbelievably profound. The right person will not heal you. They will honor the healing God has already done in you. Months passed, and their friendship grew into something deeply rooted and healthy. But Mira didn't rush. She prayed. She fasted. She asked God for signs, not emotional signs, but spiritual confirmation. And every time she prayed, she felt peace, the kind of peace she never had with Keelan. Ella was the first to say it out loud. "Mira, this is what God-ordained love looks like. Not butterflies, not fear, not drama, but peace." One evening, while Mira sat alone reflecting, she whispered a prayer that summarized her entire journey. "Lord, thank you for not giving me what I thought I wanted. Thank you for protecting me from a future I prayed for. Thank you for rewriting my story with your love." She finally understood that God does not withhold good things. He withholds dangerous things disguised as blessings. God's no is often a louder yes to a better future. The healing journey you fear is the bridge to the love you pray for. When God removes someone from your life, don't chase after them. Trust that He is making room for someone who will love you in a way that reflects His heart.